Tang gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. If you want to support the channel, I'll leave all my links in my description for y'all to check out. Make sure you leave a like on the video. I show my gratitude. But I noticed there's a lot of mistakes guys make on this journey. And, you know, I want to help y'all out, put y'all on game so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did. You can prevent the same mistakes that I did, right? Because when I first started off my journey, man, you know, I didn't really have a lot of help. So there were some things I had to learn on my own, and it made it rough. It made my journey a lot longer, right? I had to take the scenic route to get to where I'm at now, you know. And a lot of you guys with these videos, you can kind of take shortcuts. You can find better paths and better routes to take so that you don't have to go through all the BS. You know what I'm saying? So one mistake that I've noticed a lot of guys make is you hear about, you know, I made videos about this too. Like, you know, you're going to get these benefits on day 30 or day 14 or day 90. So you sit around and you're waiting for these days to come to receive the benefits. And when those benefits don't come the way that you thought they would, or they're not on time, you get frustrated. You start to question the journey, you know, and you start to maybe want to quit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you sit around waiting, bro, you're gonna be waiting for a long time. You're never gonna get the results that you want. You have to be presently active in your day. So while I'm on semen retention, I had to learn how to be proactive. I had to have goals. I had to get things done. I had to move around. Sitting around waiting for benefits was the #1 reason why I relapsed a lot in my past. Because that's all you're thinking about. You know, you don't have nothing else that you're doing to really transmute that energy. As a man, you're supposed to be active. You're supposed to get it, you know, put your work in, put your energy out there so that you can receive back what you want. So don't sit around waiting, right? And I know I talk about manifesting and making sure your thoughts and your feelings are programmed in the right direction that you want to go so that you can attract the right things into your life. But that doesn't mean that you just sit around. I've never said that. I've never told anybody to just sit around and wait. But you have to put some work in. You have to make the right choices, okay? That way you can build yourself and make your evolution process that much smoother. You see? You know, if you at your job and you sitting there looking at the clock every 5 seconds, time moves a lot slower, right? You feel like you're doing a 12-hour shift on an 8-hour shift. But if you lock in, you focus on your work, you tunnel vision, you're not looking at the time, time always flies by, right? Because you're present in what you're doing. So the same thing with your journey. If you're just sitting around trying to micromanage when the benefits are going to come to you, you're not going to see them the way that you want to. And that's how the universe works. Things never happen when we want them to happen. They happen when they're supposed to. This journey, this energy that you are holding on this journey is a catalyst to unlock the best in you and of you, to help you evolve into the best version of yourself. That is what it's used for. So unless you're ready to transform, it's not going to transform you. Yeah, you're going to feel the energy increase, but what you going to do with the energy? Just because you have an energy increase, that's not the whole battle. You still have things you have to do within yourself to make it truly serve you. So I want you guys to understand, you got to get up, you got to write your goals down, and you got to be consistent with your goals daily. Stop worrying about the benefits. The benefits are going to come. But what are you doing to benefit yourself? All right. I think of this journey like fasting, right? You're reclaiming all your energy. You're retaining all your energy. So you're fasting from releasing. You're fasting from giving your energy to the wrong things, the wrong outlets, right? But like when you do a food fast, you're not only cleansing and purging toxics out your body, You're also fasting from negativity, from toxic people, the whole nine. It's a spiritual, mental, and physical reset. So the same thing with this journey, it's a total reset. It's not just on the sexual part, it's overall. If you're not ready to change within yourself and see that change in your life, you might not want to take on this journey. It's a full change overall. It's not just in one aspect of your life. So you got to get on board with that. All right? Another mistake that guys make is you think that wet dreams are a bad thing, and they're not. Okay? That's the balance on this journey, is the wet dreams. You're not releasing, so your body has to balance out the lack of releasing. I get questions all the time, will this journey cause prostate issues or health issues? And that's what the wet dreams are for. They're going to cleanse your body so that you don't have this toxic buildup inside of you. Because as you're holding on to your seed, all your seed isn't good. Some of it's deformed, some of it gets damaged in the process, and your body can't absorb that, so it has to release it. All right, because if it doesn't release it, it can cause problems like infections and things like this. So the wet dreams are actually cleansing out your body so that everything runs smoothly. You see? Now, the reason why a lot of you guys have multiple wet dreams, or you're having more than usual, is because of your diet. Poor diet. You eating bullshit. Understand, the food that you eat, your body takes that and produces seed. It creates blood, and then the blood turns into seed. So if you're eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of bullshit, foods that lack nutrition, you are already setting yourself up for failure, because you're producing a toxic, bad seed in your body, right? And your body's going to have to release that to protect you. It has to protect you, it has to protect its well-being, so it's going to release that through wet dreams. Right? You'll notice if you start eating more healthy, start eating more nutritional dense foods, you won't have as many wet dreams, because your body is going to function how it should. It's going to produce healthy seed. Right? And that affects you overall as well. Your seed affects the way you think, it affects the way you move, it affects your energy, it affects the way you look. Right? Because that is a powerful essence inside of you. It's not just sitting inside of you doing nothing. It's actually transforming you from the inside out. This is why they say you are what you eat. All right? And as I said before, you can't just get on this journey and not be ready to change. If you're not ready to see an overall change in your life, including what you eat, then this is not for you. You cannot keep doing the same things you were doing before, because you're not the same person. You have to become what you want. Who are you striving to be? And that's another issue. A lot of guys don't even have a purpose. You don't know what you want. You got to know what you want on this journey. Right? If you don't have no way, create a way. If you don't have a purpose right now, or you don't know your purpose, I should say, create a purpose for yourself right now. Right? Get something moving. Get something going. Just do something. That's important. Because once you get a purpose for yourself and you strive for that, it's going to get those gears turning. You're going to start to build motion, momentum. And then it's going to build confidence. Then when you get that confidence, you're going to start to remember who you are and your purpose. See? But you got to start somewhere. Also, a lot of guys don't have a spiritual connection on this journey. You're purely in the physical. You're purely in the matrix. And this is why it never works out for you. You never go as far as you can, as far as your streaks. That's because you have to rise up to a higher understanding or a higher awareness of yourself. This journey connects you to your higher self. It activates your third eye or your first eye. It activates you overall. So you're going to be tapped in, man. Like, it's going to tap you in. I'll say this, right? Retention is going to open you up. It's going to open up all your receptors so that you are one with your surroundings. you feel a little bit deeper what's going on around you. When it comes to people, when it comes to your environment, you know, what's the vibe, what's the frequency, you're going to feel all that. Because this is a very spiritual practice. It's a very intense spiritual practice, especially for us men. I noticed when I first started retention and I got a good streak under my belt, I started feeling everything. You know, and I didn't know what was going on, but I was feeling people's energy. I was feeling their thoughts, their intentions. I was feeling the lights around me. I was feeling the technology. Everything was just vibrating through me. And for the first time, I realized that we are connected to everything. Everything's a reflection of us. The only thing that separates us is our electromagnetic field that blocks things from just merging with us. This is why I can touch the steering wheel and my hand is separate and doesn't go straight through it, because there's an energy field that protects the structure of this and the structure of my hand. It keeps it intact, keeps the integrity. But energetically, we're all connected. It's frequencies being passed back and forth. This truck has a frequency, right? My phone has a frequency, and we connect through these frequencies, not through the physical, but through the frequency, right? And that's what the spiritual is. The spiritual is the unseen. You're feeling what can't be perceived by the physical, okay? That's what you tap into. But if you just stay in your lower self, and the only reason why a lot of guys stay in their lower self is because you don't know how to transmute your energy. You got to transmute. This is where breathing and meditation comes in. You cannot be on this journey and not meditate or do some type of breathing exercise. It's not going to work out for you. Okay? So what you guys can do is focus on the base of your spine. You want to focus on that area. Put all your attention. You want that mind-body connection. So the way you develop mind-body connection is you focus on it and then you engage it. So I'm going to engage that area of my body. So I'm going to squeeze my core just a little bit, just to lock it in. Squeeze my PC muscle, right? Squeeze my glutes. So now that area is activated. That's where all my intention and energy is. Because the base of your spine is really where your energy starts, your kundalini, and it rises up to the top. So when we focus on this area, you want to take in a deep breath through your nose and you pull that energy up your spine. So you repeat this over and over again until eventually you start feeling that energy slowly rise up, and it's going to hit, boom. You're going to feel like an expansion in your mind. You're going to feel your pineal gland buzzing. That's when you know the energy is circulating properly. All right, and this is going to help you disperse this energy so that everything is benefiting off of it. Every organ, your heart, your mind, bones, skin, tissue, everything. Okay? You have to tap into your higher power. I cannot stress that enough. And it's going to force you to. If you don't do it yourself on your own will, it's going to force you to eventually. Because you're going to be asking yourself, man, why can't I change? Why is this always going wrong for me? Why can't I get past this amount of days? Because you can't do it by yourself. You can't do it with flesh alone. Okay? You got to trust in the spirit, your higher self, the Most High within you, to take you to that next level. Okay? So these are a few mistakes guys make. There's a few more, but I don't want to make the video too long, so I'll do another part to this. But I hope you guys could get some information and knowledge of self from this video. Take some things that can help you out on your journey right now. So with that being said, you guys let me know in the comment section what are some things that you do to help you on your journey, to help you improve, to help it go a lot smoother. All right. Peace, love, and abundance. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'm out.